What's up guys, this is Miasin. So as you have probably already guessed it, I am not home, and that is gonna be the case for like the next 10 days or something, so yeah, my bad. But I still have like some pre-recorded videos, actually not that many, so yeah, don't get too confused if you see like some of my videos being like me at home and then some other ones where I don't know, like the quality is much worse, whatever. It's not super relevant. Again, things will be back to normal in 10 days. But yeah, that obviously won't stop me from making daily videos. You already know me. But yeah, we got some new Mitsi TCG exclusives in Supreme Darkness, so let's check them out as soon as you smash the like and the subscribe button. Okay, so the first one is Mitsurigi no Mikoto Kusanagi. Okay, sure, I've seen okay, pretty much all those words in Japanese before. Level 4 Dark Reptile. Okay, if this card is normal or special summoned, or if this card is tributed, well, interesting. You can target one Mitsurigi card in your grave or banished. Okay, so it's relatively good under Shifter. Except itself, add it to your hand. That gets you a recursion. I'm always a big fan of that, but it doesn't get your stuff going. If another reptile monster you control will be destroyed by battle, by card effect, you can tribute this card instead. Okay, and then you can only use each effect of this card Z once per turn. Okay, so the fact that this can not only protect your other cards, but also when it's tributed, it recurs back a card is kind of nice because you can get its recursion effect on summon, so on your turn, and then again on your opponent's turn if, let's say, one of your other cards would die by your opponent's stuff. So yeah, so far so good. I do like this card, but I don't think it's like super insane. We got Mitsurigi no Mikoto Saji, level 4 Dark Reptile. Okay, this has the anima stats. If this card, well, 1000 attack, I guess. If this card is normal or special summoned, or if this card is tributed, you can add a Mitsurigi spell trap from your deck to your hand. Okay, so that's a potential starter. We never know. If another reptile monster you control will be destroyed by battle by card effect, you can tribute this card instead, and then blah blah blah. Okay, so that's pretty much the exact same thing as Kusanagi, but instead of recycling back a Mitsurigi card in your grave or banished, it's just gonna add a spell or trap card, which is nice. Oh, okay, so this is a a ritual deck. Ame no Murakami no Mitsurigi. Yeah, okay. Again, this is the English name, by the way. It's not the Japanese name, and it's purely Japanese words. Level 8 Dark Reptile. Oh, pretty high attack stat. You can ritual summon this card with Mitsurigi Ritual. Does that mean it is playable with pre-prep, or it has to be like the monster on the spell? I think it has to be the monster on the spell. If this card is special summoned, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Okay, that is very good. And also, I like the fact that it says if this card is special summoned, not if this card is ritual summoned. So if you properly ritual summon it once, then you can go Dynamondo and then revive this back again, and then it can be an interruption. And Dynamondo is a quick effect, so that's really good. I'm a huge fan of this. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can activate this effect. Your opponent can discard a card or that effect is negated. Okay, so that's basically the exact same thing as General Raiho of the Ice Barrier, which is good. Your opponent's gonna empty out his hand. And against the deck like, I don't know, maybe Raziel, where you need a lot of cards in hand. Actually, that's not true. You just need one card in hand. Unless it's like every single time, but it's maybe it's once per turn. If this card is tributed, you can add a Mitsurigi card from your deck to your hand, except itself. Then you can special summon this card. And then again, it will trigger the effect to wipe everything. That's really cool. And then you can only use each effect once per turn. Great card. Extremely good. But it's a level 8, so you need 2 of these guys in order to make it. And I don't know if this is like super... Maybe if there's like synergy with Megalith, then you can ritual summon this on the opponent's turn. I'm not 100% sure. But whatever. Let's get into this card right here. Futo no Mitama no Mitsurigi. Yeah, I'm never gonna get used to this. Level 8 Dark Reptile, 2000 attack, and 3400 defense. That is a booty and a half. You can ritual summon this card with, again, Mitsurigi Ritual. If your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can target a reptile monster in your grave, except itself, special summon it. Okay, sure, that's fine. You can only activate this effect of blah 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 once per chain. Once per chain, okay, so it's not once per turn, like that. Okay, alright. Oh, and by the way, I just realized Snake Rain in this deck could be nuts. So Snake Rain foolishing a bunch of cards, and then this recycling back one of them, that's really cool. And then if you can fuel your deck with a lot of monsters, then this can revive back a bunch of things. The Ogdoadic engine has to be really good in this, I'm assuming, but I don't really know how to play Ogdoadic. I'm just not really good with reptile monsters overall. You can only activate this effect of like, if this card is tributed, you can add a Mitsurigi card from your deck to your hand except itself, then you can special summon this card. Exact same effect. Okay, so the only thing that's different is this effect, and then the fact that this is a board wipe, and when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can either like make it either negate it, or your opponent has to discard a card, but that is once per turn, whereas this effect on the other hand is once per chain. Alright, cool. And again, both of them, they search any Mitsurigi card from your deck to your hand when they are tributed, so that's fantastic. Anyways, Mitsurigi Prayers, so that is not the ritual spell that we were referring to. Okay, quickly spell. When you activate this card, you can also attribute a ritual a reptile monster in your hand or field, apply one of these effects, or if you treated a monster at activation, you can apply both effects in sequence. This reminds me a lot of the Rika cards, you know, like how Rika Glamour, if you can if you want to attribute a monster, but you don't have to. Okay, so you add a Mitsurigi monster from your deck to your hand. This is an effect that you can get like for free. And then take 800 damage, then you can special summon one Mitsurigi monster from your hand or graveyard, but it cannot attack directly. Okay, wow, it's actually funny how this card also, it's a quick play. It reminds me a lot of Sengen Kaiman, how you can add a Mitsurigi monster, and then you can also right away special summon it. Again, Sengen Kaiman does pretty much the same thing. But then again, it's worse than Kaiman just because if you want to get that bonus effect, you also have to tribute a reptile. Whereas Kaiman, the condition, if you want to get the bonus effect, is you got to be in the battle phase. But yeah, this is, I mean, it's a great card. It's a search. I mean, it's a starter. You can use it on the opponent's turn. You can like proactively tribute your monsters. I mean, tributing a reptile is not even a bad thing in this deck. If anything, you can argue that it's actually a good thing. And then it proactively triggers this. It triggers this. It makes it so that if one of like your monsters is dark rulered, you can tribute it and then revive it back, and then it is undark rulered. So that's really cool. Okay, so yeah, this card's good again, but I really have to test some combos with this deck. Otherwise, I'm not gonna really understand everything that the deck is trying to do. Alright, Mitsurigi Ritual spell. Okay, alright, there you go. This is the card that can summon your two boys right here. Alright, this card can be used to ritual summon any reptile ritual monster. Apply one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. So you either ritual summon a reptile ritual monster from your deck by tributing reptile monsters from your hand or field, whose total level equal exactly the level of the ritual monsters. Okay, and it has obviously to be reptile monsters. It can't just be anything. So it's yeah, I mean, it's kind of like reminiscent to like Voice's Voice, how most of the time you gotta tribute like a light, but the ritual spell is just anything. So you can even tribute like a Nibiru. Yeah, Nibiru is a light, but whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. Or you can ritual summon a reptile monster from your hand by tributing up to 2 reptile monsters from your hand, deck, or field, whose total level equal the level of the ritual monster. I like this a lot because it means that if you draw the ritual spell with let's say too many monsters, then you just summon the reptile from the ritual from the deck directly. Or if you draw the ritual monster but no like actual main deck monsters, then you're tributing the monsters from your deck, so that also fuels your graveyard, which means that again, this card right here, which is not a starter, it kind of becomes like a semi-starter in a way. So that's actually kind of insane. Yeah, this ritual spell is broken, but it would have been nice if it was like a ritual quick play spell. Then it would have been like actually insane. And yeah, you can technically use this card twice per turn, but then you're gonna have to use the first effect and then the second effect, or I guess the other way around. But you can't just use the same effect twice, otherwise it would have been potentially abusable. I don't know. I don't really think that this deck is gonna be anything degenerate, but I mean, it's cool cards. I'm not complaining about anything. I think everything so far is good. It's just not like insane. Anyways, normal chop card, the Great Purification. When your opponent activates a card effect, tribute one level 5 or higher reptile monster. Negate that effect, and if you destroy that card, okay, so this can be played like generically in Ogdoadic. And then you can banish this card from your grave, then target one reptile monster in your grave, special summon it, and if you do tribute one other monster you control, it has to be another monster you control. Aw, okay, unfortunate. And then you can only use one effect per turn, only once that turn. Alright, okay. I almost am tempted to see if Lair of Darkness could make sense in this deck. I'm not sure. I really have no idea. Maybe it doesn't, because when you tribute monsters, it really specifically states that it has to be a reptile, so it's not like you can just cheat it out. It's not like Lair where they become dark monsters, so you can just tribute them, but they don't become reptile monsters. So I don't think Lair of Darkness would make sense in this deck. Otherwise, it would have been like so broken. If you could just tribute like your opponent's monsters every single time you're using, I mean, once per turn, but still. Personally, I like these cards. Obviously, it's a TCG exclusive. Usually, Konami forgets about them after like the first wave of support. I don't know. Like this is like a new TCG exclusive, but I feel like Mimigul, for example, it barely got any support. I mean, sure, it got a second wave, but like. It was fine. It was fine. It wasn't like anything. I mean, it wasn't garbage, but it's just not good enough. I don't know if it's maybe it's just me, but I feel like they kind of butcher their job every time they do a TCG exclusive. It's always like they're trying to focus on like the quantity of the different archetypes that they create, and not really the quality of them. So hopefully this is gonna receive more support in the future, because I think as is, it's maybe not like the best, but it's definitely far from garbage. But yeah, you guys let me know how you feel about these new cards in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon with another video. Peace.